All right, I think we're going live here. Getting things set up on my side real quick. Want to make sure the screen looks good, right? Because we're going to show off the ENCOR course. It's here. It's finally here, and we put so much work into this, y'all. It's like 40 something hours long. It's amazing how much content went into this. And I was so lucky that I got to peer review like a lot of it. I get to watch a bunch of the stuff that Jeremy did, that Keith did. Really, and here's the thing. Even if I'm not assigned a peer reviewer, I've got access to everything, so I still watch it anyways. So we had a lot of trainers working on this course for you for a long time because we wanted to make sure it was very thorough. So we've got our 3 CCIEs. We've got Jeff Kish, Keith Barker, Jeremy Chara. They're jumping in and helping us out. We've got Jacob. You've seen Jacob before, obviously. He's been a trainer for a while now, and he does a lot of VMware stuff for us too, but he's really good at networking, and he does a lot of wireless content for us. Chuck and I tore it up in the automation section. I mean, this is, you know what? Like, why don't I just share the screen and we take a look at it? Let's jump onto my screen. Hopefully you're seeing my screen right now. I've got chat up here too. If you're checking out the chat, this is the link to where you can get to this page that I'm on right now that outlines what you're going to cover in this exam. I mean, this is amazing. So let's kind of like move this a little bit so you can see who is working here, who we're talking about. Jeff Kish is breaking down the first chunk where he's explaining the new enterprise, because that's really what we're going to. In fact, let me do this view. There we go. Now I can look at the camera and we can do both. So Jeff Kish is breaking down the new enterprise because this is the CCNP enterprise after all. It's not route switch anymore where we were focused on routing and switching. Now the enterprise has routing and switching, obviously, but it also has some other interesting items like MPLS fundamentals. Or excuse me, QoS fundamentals. I just got done watching MPLS videos, so that's what I've got on mine. But QoS fundamentals and SD access and SD-WAN and security and wireless. These are the things that actually happen in the enterprise. It's not so focused on the technology anymore, but more about the role. I'm not saying this is a role-based cert, but it's pretty interesting to see that now we're focusing on like who is our real demographic that we're targeting here. With the CCNP enterprise, we're targeting enterprise-grade equipment. So, can y'all hear me okay? I see one person's already asked if we've got the in-auto. The in-auto course is out. It's been out for a couple weeks now. So on the same CBT Nuggets page, you can actually, you know what, let me just post right here. You can see all of my content. Learn.gg/datanox. There, if you go to learn.gg/datanox, you'll see all of my stuff right there. So in auto, in ENCOR, the dev ask, it's all there. So then we've got some Jeremy Chara content. I hope you've seen Jeremy's stuff before. He and Keith, I sit there and I watch their content, not to take anything away from the other trainers because I'm in awe at all of them. But when I watch he and Keith's stuff, they take stuff that's so incredibly complicated, like MPLS or BGP. And I can go from not having ever seen that stuff before and walking out of just watching the videos going like, I've mastered it. Like I could take this test right now if this was all the test was on. But look, I really like that they're getting into the underlying technologies in the enterprise. SD access is not particularly simple. It is a complicated fabric with a combination of an underlay protocol, ISIS, and an overlay protocol, or a series of overlay protocols. And Jeff Kish does a masterful job in breaking down VXLAN, Lisp, and the other items that go into making SD access fabrics really work, which is really what DNA Center is all about. Layer 2, obviously we're going to have a whole lot of spanning tree and troubleshooting spanning tree. The routing fundamentals with OSPF, EIGRP, and BGP, it's all got it covered there, and it's broken down into multiple skills. Now, each of these videos are, 6 to 10-ish videos long, so you can consume them maybe during a lunch break. And if you just tackle this in little bits and pieces at a time, CCNP is not a small exam. This ENCOR exam isn't a small exam. It's going to be more like a marathon than a sprint. But if you pace yourself correctly, you can tackle this course in a couple months, maybe less than a month if you hustle. And then you're going to walk out of this going like, wow, this is unlike any other CBT Nuggets course I've ever seen. Having this many trainers work on a course allows us to focus more on the specific topic that we're on and dig really deep into it. The virtual labs that come along with this too are really, really incredible. Fire up the virtual lab, follow along with the code and the scripts and everything that goes in. It's really, really awesome. I hope you're taking in everything that's on the screen. I mean, look, this is the whole kit and caboodle. The things that I did, that I can just kind of point out my contributions, my wee little contributions to it. I did this guy. What is DNA Center? What does it really do? How do we actually implement an SD-Access fabric with DNA Center? Well, there's 4 workflows that make that happen. And in this particular skill right there, we cover what are those 4 workflows and what does it look like just from the front end. We actually bring up the DevNet sandbox where you can access a live DNA Center environment right now and poke around and see what it does. There's also the dcloud, by the way. That's covered in the Inato exam and in the Inato course. We use dcloud for a lot of the DNA Center stuff there. So just know that that's available. We configure and verify netconf and restconf. We enable those protocols on iOS XE devices. Why does that matter? Because that's how DNA Center communicates to iOS XE devices. It uses the netconf and restconf protocol. And those are open standard protocols, just like OSPF is an open standard protocol. So the cool thing about that is when you, say, get Juniper devices, Juniper runs netconf, DNA Center using the multi-vendor SDK can actually communicate to all those devices because they're using the same protocol. Neat. So anyways, wrapping it all up, we talk about the services, and then we get deep into the automation stuff towards the bottom. That's what Chuck and I conquered there. So you know about Network Chuck, right? So he and I shared the network automation portions here. He's going to talk to you about JSON and REST APIs. He also does REST API security. And then there's the agentless versus agentless orchestration tools, Ansible, kind of being the champion of the testing environments. What I'm seeing now in the real world is that Nornir is becoming more and more popular. If you follow a guy, IPv0 on Twitter, at IPv0, he does a lot of automation with Nornir. It's really fantastic stuff. So the agent versus agentless tools is obviously really cool because it's going to show you the different options there. And I really love Ansible, but Nornir is pretty awesome. So the ENCOR course is out. Here it is. This is really, really cool stuff. It is a big course. It's ready for you to consume it right now. Really, guys, a lot of heart and soul went into this. I know it took a while. I know y'all have been chomping for it for months. But trust me, like this one, it's a good one. I having peer reviewed a lot of this stuff and watched it myself. Man, I'm really happy with this content. I myself am going to be taking this exam here pretty soon. I don't know exact date, maybe a couple months from now or something. I really want to prep for it because I'm going to go for the CCIE. I'm really going for it. I'm really digging in deep and going for that. And this ENCOR exam counts as the written portion of the CCIE now. So that's what I am going to do here. And yeah, that's it. Just wanted to go live since this was just announced internally at CBT Nuggets, maybe just moments ago. The president, Ryan Lee, he tweeted out that it was released. So I guess if he can tweet it to the public, then we can talk about it to the public, right? So I wanted to not wait one more second. I wanted to let y'all know that this was out now. If you've got any questions, hit me up on Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook. I am happy to jump in and help out in any way I can, help you study for this exam. All right. That's all I got. Thanks, y'all. Ending stream. Have to end the stream. There we go.